My name is Janet Dolores Cruz Carmona de Martinez. Just call me Janet. I was born in San Juan, Puerto Rico, raised there until the age of 16. We relocated to Fort Lauderdale, Florida, lived there for a few years, and then Miami. Became an adult, got married, and 10 years later relocated to Georgia. And I've been here for about 20 years. Puerto Rico, it's an island where the main language is Spanish. It has about 3.5 million population, and it produces tropical fruits like mango, pineapple, sugarcane, soursop or guanábana, and other delicious fruits. Puerto Rico es una isla pequeña de 100 por 35, pero tiene unos paisajes hermosos, ríos, lagos, montañas, riachuelos, las playas, ni se diga. Y tiene el yunque, que es como decir una selva natural. Entonces yo disfruté mucho de la isla, pero a los 16 años vine para acá, para los Estados Unidos, con mis padres obviamente. Y sí, también me adapté, aunque a veces extrañaba mucho la isla. Yo crecí con el sonido del coquí detrás de, siempre en el fondo, por teléfono, por donde sea, ya llegaba la noche y el coquí está ahí. Eso es algo que extraño mucho. The culture in Puerto Rico is highly seasoned. It's kind of zesty. We like music. We like bomba, plena, which are the authentic folklore dance. Salsa, merengue, all inspired by the Caribbean, coming from other islands like Cuba too. We're very warm and happy people. Like the climate is nice and hot. It's all about fun. That's the culture. So I've been married for 30 years to my husband from Cuba, with 2 kids. So we have a girl and a boy, Janelle and Eldy. And we truly enjoy spending time together just for doing silly things. Sometimes I sit back and I just watch them play, the kids play, and I love it. Hearing their laughter is fulfilling for me. Also, doing things with them, their activities like archery and horseback riding, musical instruments. My daughter loves coffee shop hunting just like me. I sing with her. We do karaoke together. My husband plays a lot of instruments. So sometimes we participate, we pretend the pots and the tables are the instruments, although we have real ones, and we just have fun and be loud, and that's just a beautiful life that I have. I love being a mom because what I enjoy the most as a mother is watching the different faces as the kids grow. For some reason, I just have fun doing that, and kind of stooping down to the level in a positive way, learning their dances, learning their teenage language, whatever they get onto, gaming with them, whatever. I just love doing that. I just enjoy it. And also, I really, really, really love standing back or sitting back and watch them play. And their laughter, that's fulfilling for me. So for the dark-skinned Latinos, the identity can be a little bit complicated. Why? Because we're claiming where we were born, versus in the States or maybe other places, it could be the skin color could be a cultural difference. So if you ask me as a Hispanic Latina or Latina, I'm gonna say I'm from Puerto Rico. I'm not gonna say I'm black. Whereas in the United States, I can be considered as a black person. So that can cause a little controversy or maybe confusion. So as a multicultural person or hairstylist, gives me the opportunity to be able to help people with the English language barrier, especially in Spanish, and also Portuguese. I have spoken to or have done hair to other Brazilians or Africans that speak Portuguese and can't speak Spanish, and it's rewarding as well. Also gives me the opportunity to understand hair types, different hair types. My first introduction to doing hair was actually in magazines. My aunties and cousins, they had beauty magazines or fashion magazines, and they used to explain step by step how to cut hair. So the baby dolls were kind of chopped until the age of 12, where I was able to do a haircut on one of my cousins, and yeah, that was very interesting. But she said she liked it, and that was our intro to hairstyling. So the process to do someone's hair begins with a consultation. We analyze the scalp and hair thoroughly, and we look for elasticity, density. We look for hair goals from the client, and we advise on what we can do or we cannot do. And then becomes the basic explanation of what we're going to do, formulation, application, and styling. I define being a hairstylist as practicing the science that studies the structure of the hair, which is trichology. Now, the science that enhances the beauty of the hair is called cosmetology. That's an overall beauty. And so becoming a hairstylist was a dream for me because growing up, it was celebrated. Like pretty hair was celebrated in my household. We didn't have to have a special occasion just to have pretty hair. We just had to have it. So every time our hair was healthy and bouncy and lustrous, that was great. If it wasn't, we were frowned upon. So for me, that was very important, that emotional side of it. So that's what made me become a hairstylist. Other than, I also liked the chemistry part because I saw how my grandmother and my mother and my aunts used to mix products and the smell of the products. So I kind of used to take the products from the cabinets and mix them and play with that. And that eventually led me to develop more interest. I used to love being in the hair salon. I used to like the smell. And fast forward here in the United States, when we arrived to the States, I had enough credits so that I can graduate early, or they offered me cosmetology as a career/high school. And I took advantage of the time with the permission of my parents, and that's how I became a stylist. What motivates me and gets me up in the morning to do my job is the creativity. I get excited just by thinking of what I'm going to do, especially if it's a color. The formulation, the styling, the cut, what's best for the client, and sometimes the unexpected. That makes me very excited. The thing about my job that puts a smile on my face is actually how the reaction when I finish my work. The ladies put on lipstick and they stand up straight. The gentlemen actually get up and fix their pants and they start walking up straight. So that puts a smile on my face and they appreciate it. Also, the relationships that we develop, we vent on both sides. And so my guests make sure that I'm okay, that I eat, that I rest, that I'm okay, and I do the same for them. And it's rewarding for me. When I look back 15 years ago versus now, it has helped me as a person tremendously. When I was younger, it was the career, it was opportunities. For me, I was still looking to get my niche, to grab on, to specializing on something. But throughout the years, I find that studying my clients, studying what they need, observations, and listening to them very carefully, and strengthening my crafting and my abilities, I find that I think I feel more confident. So my confidence built up from it. So as a person, now I can tell someone to sit down, I know what to do, so to speak. So some of my hobbies are and activities. I like camping, hiking. I like to dance salsa, merengue, bachata, jazz. I like to sing karaoke. I like photography of landscaping, playing with my dogs. I collect sunglasses. What else do I do? And I do hair. What do I like about camping? The nature and the challenges out there. I feel like I can reach goals. I feel I can survive. It gives me a sense of confidence and security, and a sense of that I can do things on my own when I'm there camping by myself. Problem solving is important for me. Camping gives me a sense of not only independence, but a sense of, it's kind of like you're reassuring me I will be okay in the event of something happening. I will be okay. I will know how to survive, how to manage it without too much fear or without letting fear control me. I love kayaking. Kayaking relaxes me. It's kind of a combination of relaxation, and I use the time to meditate and thank God for the beautiful things I see. I love water. So kayaking and other water sports too I enjoy. There's several things about me that people may not realize or is not seen from the naked eye. And I wouldn't say two things. One from as a stylist and one on a personal level. So as a stylist, some people don't realize that the minute they walk through my door, I'm already analyzing the hair, the body language, the personality. So that tells me what type of result they might want to achieve. And usually I'm right on the spot, right on the money. Now that's as a stylist. On a personal level, I do have several illnesses. Some are serious, some are not, like fibromyalgia. And I made this public in 2017. So I was a preemie. So I was also born with a birth defect of my feet. And so I had to wear special shoes to correct that. So that's not seen, but it also causes pain on my shins. However, I love my job so much that I don't feel pain when I'm standing up all day. I think people acknowledge the fact that I like my job. I've been called a hair junkie before. And maybe that's why they travel from so many places here. I have clients that travel 5 hours just to get their hair done. So, and they also, I've been told trustworthy with their hair. Mi historia como profesional en realidad comenzó primero en el sistema corporativo. O sea, mi mamá no estuvo muy de acuerdo que yo estudiara cosmetología, pues no era la carrera que ella recomendaba, porque ella está en el campo de la medicina. Entonces ella quería que yo fuera una doctora o una secretaria o no sé, estuviera en otro tipo de carrera. Pero no me puso mucha resistencia, sí me apoyó en el sentido de que pude estudiar cosmetología, pero una vez que me gradué, ella me llevó a la escuela de business o negocios y ahí estudié secretaria ejecutiva, estudié bienes y raíces, estudié gerencia, la complací, pero a la misma vez trabajé los dos giros a la misma vez. Me quedé en el giro de la cosmetología mientras que trabajaba en el campo corporativo. Y sí, me ha venido bien después de todo. Me ha servido para lo que estoy yo haciendo hasta donde llegué hoy. dealing with the pandemic, it was a challenge, obviously, at first, like everybody else. But for my industry, the beauty industry suffered tremendously, especially for stylists, a hands-on stylists, because the hair salons were closed. So I decided to educate myself, grab a couple of courses online for coloring, enhancing my coloring techniques, or eyebrow threading, or getting certified with certain lines, like to apply amino acids, smoothing treatments. Other than that, I also offered my services working from home by just restructuring wigs, for instance, because a lot of people had to grab a wig and keep it moving because the hair salons were closed. And another thing that I did to kind of de-stress is just pack my car and travel to any state park in Georgia, and just go hike or have a camping day, or actually a couple of days sleep over at the parks. And that's how I've been dealing with this situation, the present situation. Something else that I've done that has actually kept my sanity, so to speak, is I dedicate an average of 70 hours a month for as a full-time minister. And that is in itself is my best life ever. That's very fulfilling. And that's how I've been taking it one day at a time. What I like about hiking the most is the adventure, the landscape, the views, the animals, the wildlife search, bird watching. That is priceless for me. Nature, for me, it's wonderful. I can be in my deepest, dark moments, and I go outside and just look up to the heavens and thank Jehovah for what he gave us, because the minute I see birds playing, or I see different types of flowers, or just even the way the landscape is set, it brings me peace, and it brings me joy. It's something that I can't really explain, but it's just something so calming for me. It's priceless.